afternoon and welcome to another Way Day show. Today, it's obviously the big gunner. Um, I'm just going to do my daily gunner, bit of news, and I'm just going to do a show on who you think Arsenal should keep and who you think we should get rid of. Um, but first, I just want to say thank you to Socrates for everything you've done for us. He's obviously just left now. We've just released him from his contract and have no bad words to say about him, to be honest. He always gave 100%. So, yeah, just hope he just does well in the future and just keeps on performing like he has done. But it's also a good sign for Arsenal because, you know, we have a long history of signing players, getting them on big contracts and then just keeping there, and they're not doing nothing. They're just rotting in the under 23s are just not playing at all. So it's nice to see that we're being a bit more ruthless and just releasing players from their contracts or selling them. And hopefully that means that we could free up a bit of wages or a bit of funds to strengthen the team. So I've had a few people message in and let me know who they wanted to get rid of. And the general consensus is the same, to be fair. Mustafi, obviously, doesn't play anymore. He cost us a few points last season and the season before. So I don't think anybody would miss him if he was released from his contract or sold. Socrates, but obviously he's gone now. So Devo's obviously also said Pepe, if we can recoup at least 30 mil from him, then that would be good. Quite a few people have said that, actually, to be fair. Recoup some of that money. I don't think we're obviously not going to get 70 mil back for him. So at least getting 30 or 40 million will be good for us. He's also said loan Nelson, Nketiah, Willock and Willian. I don't think you're going to be able to loan Willian. I don't think anyone's going to want to take him now. But if we can get him, because I don't know, he just seems to be a bit of a bad egg. He hasn't given us any good performances since the first day of the season at Fulham. So Willian is obviously another player that I think most Gunners would want to get rid of. His ins were Buendia, Brandt and Dakar and Aaron's from Norwich, and also or from Lyon. Obviously, we were chasing him in the summer, but we put all our eggs in one basket and went after Partey, which we're not going to know now if that was the right thing to do. But just based on the performances from Partey that he's given us in the 4 or 5 matches he's played, it obviously looks like a very, very good signing. We have Billy Higgs. He said Mustafi, El Neni and Kola, but obviously he's gone already, Kolasinac. And again, he was another one for Aura in from Lyon. So, I mean, I don't disagree with any of these, to be honest. There's quite a few players that we can get rid of, and I think that we should be aiming to get rid of. The G-Man 84 says a backup goalkeeper, backup left back, an AMC, attacker midfielder, and outgoings, Louise, Mustafi, Papa, who's already gone, El Neni, Rannason, Torreira, and Guendouzi, only if he has no place at Arsenal. I would like to see Guendouzi back, so I don't know if I would want him to go, but if there's no place for him, then obviously sell him. We're going to make money on him if we do sell him, so if we're not going to play him, then obviously sell him. And Kolasinac as well. Indiana says a player like Ward-Prowse needs to be picking up a guaranteed 10-goal contributions a season. Again, Ward-Prowse is a good player. I don't know if I would want him at Arsenal, but obviously he is a good player. And quite a few teams might be in for him if Southampton don't improve. Obviously, we're seeing Danny Ings stalling on signing a new contract, waiting to see if a Champions League team comes in for him. I've been a massive fan of Danny Ings, and I've said loads of times that I think that we should actually be going in for him, because I think he's another player that will be good at defending from the top. At the moment, he seems to be getting loads of goals, which Lacazette isn't getting, and just having another speedy forward that can get away from defenders would be very, very useful. But yeah, for me personally, I would say Nketiah. Is he going to play for us? Rather doubt it. I like Nketiah. He's just a finisher, old school like not Thierry, Ian Wright. But Ian Wright had more to his game, and Nketiah don't really have much more to his game than goal scoring. And I think in modern day football, if you don't have more than goal scoring, then you're not gonna get far. So hopefully, I know a lot of people are calling for Balogun to be promoted and get more games, but looks like he may be leaving now as well. I don't know if I would get rid of El Neni. Obviously, he's not a starter, but he's a useful squad player, and he has never really kicked up a stink about not playing. So why get rid of someone that he can fill in for a few games a season and is not really complaining about game time? Willock and Nelson. Most people prefer Nelson. I actually prefer Willock, but at the moment they're both not producing when they are playing. So are they going to get another loan? Are they going to get a loan? Willock hasn't really had a loan, so maybe he could get a loan. But is Nelson willing to go on loan again? I'd rather doubt it. So maybe it's time to cash in on these players. Who else is there? Obviously, Mustafi. Got to get rid of him. He just constantly costs us points, to be honest. So I've never really been a fan of him. Maybe we could find someone silly enough in Spain to stamp up a bit of cash to get him. We're not going to make the money back that we actually spent on him. So if we can get 10 to 15 mil for him, then I would personally be happy with that. Who else is there that I wouldn't mind getting rid of? Controversial, but if we could get money for Lacazette, maybe next season I'll probably in the summer maybe be thinking about it. We've got Martinelli coming through. Aubameyang's always going to score more goals, so selling Aubameyang maybe a bit silly. Lacazette's just a little bit younger as well, so you'll probably get more money for him. But I'm thinking if we can get another young forward in, or even promote Balogun if he does stay, losing Laka might not be that much of a big deal, especially if we can get, as I say, another forward player or another attacker in to cover. But yeah, we do need another one or two players that are gonna get 15 to 20 goals or assists, because at the moment we're just relying on the young players and they can't do it forever. We brought Willian in to sort of be getting goals and assists, but I think he's got zilch from open play. So make of that what you will. Should we really be keeping someone like Willian on big wages and he's not actually contributing to the team, which is quite embarrassing. Pepe as well. As I said earlier, people were saying try to recoup some money for Pepe. How long do we give him? I'm personally going to give him to the end of the season. If I don't see an improvement by the end of the season, I will definitely be asking questions and trying to get Pepe out of the club to get a bit of money and free up some space for someone probably like Sarr, who's currently playing for Watford, almost San Maximum. Maybe, I don't know if we'd be able to afford that because Newcastle are going to put him up for silly money. But yeah, just getting someone in place of Pepe that's going to give you more. Nelson hasn't really proved himself, as I said before, as well. So that position is definitely up for grabs in my eyes. A backup goalkeeper, because Runnison just looks like, don't want to be bad, but he looks a bit poor, doesn't he? Played a couple of matches that he's played, conceded more than enough goals, probably about in between 6 and 10 goals. And I look at those goals and think he should have saved quite a few of them. So yeah, the backup goalkeeper is vital especially as we got rid of Martinez in the summer. We definitely need a backup goalkeeper. As for incomings, this transfer window is a bit sticky because I can't see us getting anybody in and that's going to improve our team, really. Like, it's a hard thing to improve your team in January. Big up Indiana. Martinelli will end up at a big club. I'm hoping, if he does end up a big club, I hope it's a bigger club. I hope it's only Real Madrid or Barcelona, to be fair. I think he's that good that he would easily cut it playing for either of those teams. But he would. I doubt he would leave to go to another Premiership team. But yeah, everybody sees the quality in Martinelli. So as soon as we could really get him in the team and playing every week and kind of wrap him up in cotton wool, because he seems to have been injured quite a few times, not all through muscle injuries and stuff, but a couple of bad challenges as well when he twisted his ankle warming up. So we do need to wrap him up in a bit of cotton wool and just try and fast track him into the team, because like I was saying, I don't think I've seen anyone having an impact on a team as much as him since Sanchez or Suarez. It's just in terms of the way he presses defenders, forces mistakes. Defenders are worried about him because he can play to feet and he can go in behind. Aubameyang can only go in behind, so defenders know how to deal with that. And Laka can't really go in behind, but he can play to defeat, so defenders can find a way to snuff him out as well. So having Martinelli in the team who can do both, can only be a good thing for Arsenal. The places that I would strengthen, probably right back. We've got 3 there, and I'm not convinced about any of them 100%. One, Ainsley Maitland-Niles isn't a right back, so expecting him to play there for a full season is just crazy in my opinion. I doubt he even wants to play there. I'm sure he wants to play in centre midfield. Bellerin hasn't really improved since he first broke into the team. Obviously, he's had massive injuries, and I don't think he's ever had a coach that's taught him how to defend, so that's always gone against him. And Cedric is only going to get worse from now on. I mean, he's at his peak, so he's only going to decline. But the performance he put in against Newcastle was very good. So hopefully he can kick on and cement that place. Yes, bits and bobs in the building. Again, a centre-back. We seem to have... Well, now we've just got rid of one. We've still got 7 centre-backs on the books. Are any of them top draw? Nah. There's very good ones, and there's okay ones, and then there's Mustafi. None of them are sort of cementing their place. I do like Mari, I do like Holding, I do like Gabriel, and I do like Louise in certain parts, but I think we need to now look for someone that's going to cement their place and play with Gabriel week in, week out, because I think he's the best of the bunch, to be honest. Yes, Martinelli come to United. No, I don't think so. Why is he going to want to go play for those? Play for the PE teacher and that? Even though they're top of the league, he won't go play for Man United. Our best centre back, I just said that. I think our best centre back is actually Gabriel. Tough in a tackle, quick, doesn't look afraid. I haven't seen him make many mistakes this season. He does like a missed kick, but it hasn't really led to a goal. When you look at someone like Mustafi, every time he makes a mistake, it's a goal. So I do not want to see him play again. United way in the building, thank you, sir. I do think Gabriel's our best, and at the moment, I'll probably be sticking with Gabriel and Holding. Holding's improved so much. He only cost us £2 million, so it's a win-win situation. But do I think he's going to be the man to lead us forward into the future? I'm not too sure. But at this present time, we've kept 5 clean sheets in a row, so he's doing something right. So yeah, I'll just be keeping him in there. Midfield, maybe Xhaka, getting rid of Xhaka. Obviously, I don't think we're going to sign Ceballos, so we need to naturally get someone to replace Ceballos. Xhaka divides opinions, but I'm still just not sure about him. I would be looking at, you're not going to get Ndidi because the way Leicester are playing at the moment, it's a bit mad. But Basuma, I think, is a very, very possible target that we should be looking at. And I think quite a few of the top teams should be looking at him because we know what he could do. He's played in the Premiership, so he doesn't need that bedding in like someone from another country would need. So I would be getting Basuma in there to play with Thomas Partey. I'll be looking at an attacking midfielder. You know, everyone keeps saying, oh, from Lyon and Buendia from Norwich, but Norwich are not going to sell him. They're top of the league, going to come with 50 million. Do we want to pay 50 million for a championship? Someone come from the championship. I don't, whether he's got the talent or not. Yes, Usman in the buildings. Yeah, Gunners, yeah. All the little Mesut Ozil fans coming out. Are you sad to see Ozil leave the club in the manner in which he was phased out? Yes, I'm Mesut Ozil's biggest fan. I hope he just goes and enjoys his football again. It was a mixture of both. I think he was a scapegoat for our bad performances from fans. They always made him a scapegoat, but obviously we put him in that position by giving him a silly contract. 350,000, it's just nuts. It's silly money. And as soon as you don't perform every week, you're basically putting that player, that player's just going to get abused if he doesn't perform week in, week out, which was happening. And yeah, I don't know. It was proper sad to see the way it just fizzled out because he gave us a couple of top draw years. Thank you, Osman. Yes, drop a like and subscribe, people. Please do that. It would help me out a lot. I'm trying to quit my day job, so please help me out. Basuma is a talent, but you don't need him. I agree and disagree. We don't 100% need him, but I think the way Thomas Partey is playing, I feel like we can push him further forward and then just get Basuma to do the dirty work. And that would just have us having a mega dynamic midfield. And then if we do get a top class attacking midfielder in, then I could see us dominating loads of games in midfield, which we're not currently doing. So I personally would get Basuma in. Just to lighten the load a bit for Thomas Partey, because when he does play with Elneny or does play with Xhaka, I think he's doing too much work trying to cover their behind. So yeah, I personally would sign him. Ozil left for a bigger club. Yeah, I mean everyone supports Fenerbahce, don't they? Apart from Galatasaray fans. Martinelli will go to a bigger club. Yes, of course he will. He's a star, so it's only natural he's gonna go to a bigger club, but he's not going to go to a club in this country. He will definitely go to Real Madrid or Barcelona. I'm going to leave out Indiana's next comment after that because it's quite disrespectful, Indiana, and I will not tolerate that on my show. Ozil finally got a chance to win the league. Yep. If he doesn't win the league, he's going to win the league. He's going to get 15 goals and assists this season, and it's only in January. Question: are you relying too much on Rowe and Saka while the big players go hiding? Yeah, it's obvious. They're the young players. They have no fear, so they're the future, and we're relying on them at the moment. They've now made themselves big players. So if you mean the older, more experienced players, then yeah, they're taking over from them. I've always been if you're good enough, you're old enough. If you look at Wayne Rooney when he first came on the scene, I mean the difference is Wayne Rooney he looked like he was 30 when he was 16. But if you're good enough, then I don't care how old you are. We just got to manage them in the right way, just to make sure that they're progressing and just don't burn them out. Saka is the star boy. Yeah, you know what? Saka is. He's a quality player. Do I think Smith Rowe is better than Saka? Technically, I think he is, to be fair. Smith Rowe is a technically better footballer than Saka, but Saka's just bags of energy and just doesn't stop. Smith Rowe and Saka doing bits. Put Martinelli left wing and Uber up top. Honestly, I would do it the other way. I would play Martinelli up top and Uber on the left, just because Aubameyang can't hold up the ball for nothing. Like all he's got is in behind. He can't link up play. So if he's out on the wing, he's been out on the wing for us for 2 years, 2 or 3 years now, and that's where he scored all these goals from. So he could still keep playing out there. You're going to get more defensively from Martinelli, but personally, Martinelli's again probably a better footballer than Aubameyang. So I would put Martinelli in the middle and Aubameyang up front. Sorry, on the left. So, but either would work probably. Smith Rowe, high point last. That's up to you, bits and bobs. But once he's in the team, he's in the team, innit? And he's producing the goods. Better than Matt Tonelli, innit? So, is what it is. Partey coming back is key for you, man, as he's a very good CDM. Yeah, he's top drawer. I've done a little analysis video on him after the Newcastle game, and he's just so much better. He's just so much better than anybody else in midfield, and it's not that hard right now. But he just plays, even like these 5-yard passes. They break the lines. Like, some players are scared to play that 5-yard pass because there's a chance it could be cut out. He's not scared to play that pass. So where Arsenal players would turn around and go back the other way, he just constantly goes forward because he's not scared to play those passes that could potentially get cut out. And it really gets our players in better positions. I mean, even during that game, Xhaka, we was on the break, and then Xhaka gets to the halfway line and then turns back and goes back to David Luiz when he had 3 runners with him. So the difference is, light and day between our centre midfielders at the moment. Sell Uber. Again, I mentioned it earlier. I think we've got to sell Uber or Lacazette. At the moment, I'm more inclined to sell Lacazette because I think you're going to get more. My third leg is better than Matt Tonelli. You love him, don't lie it, man. Do you think Arteta is the man to take you to the next step, i.e. 9th in the league? Of course he is. We'll be 9th by the end of next week, so that's all you need to worry about, United way. Let's see how much banter you got come 10 o'clock bits. I'll be shocked if Man United don't beat Fulham today. Like, I know Chelsea struggled against them, only got a 1-0, and Fulham had to get a man sent off for Chelsea to win that match, but Man United's top of the league. They got world-class centre-back in Maguire, got world-class forwards up front. There's no reason why they shouldn't just blow this Fulham team out of the water, even though Fulham are actually playing well. So it'll be a good match. And yeah, let's just see what happens. I've done watch-alongs with bits and bobs before, and I think they've always lost when we've done them, to be fair. And he's not a happy guy when they lose, so let's pray that Man United get the victory today. Bargav. Lampard asked to resign is so sad. He has been treated very unfairly. He is better than Arteta and Oli. Is he? I mean, I don't quite see where the proof that he's better than Arteta and Oli. I know he did get them into Champions League football last season, sorry, and he hasn't done nothing this season. He's got better players than he had last season. Seems to have his favourites, so people like Hudson-Odoi are missing out. Gilmore, again, another young talent, so they shouldn't even be mentioning Gilmore's name when they've got people like Havertz and Werner and world-class players like that. But I don't know if you could say he's been treated unfairly, man. He hasn't done nothing this season. His tactics are just random. You don't see no pattern of play. So I would say he's probably third out of Ole, Lampard and Arteta, to be honest. Lampard can get lost. Bits and bobs is just laughing. Bargave, you're joking, right? Yeah. Laurie, I think he's having a laugh. World-class Maguire, always has a sense of humour. Listen, I'm telling the truth. That guy is super duper world-class, man. Like, he tackles, he headers, he spins around on the spot. He does a little drag back here and there. Like, he's a world-class guy, man. He's a world-class guy. Yeah, the truth is all three are equally terrible and lucky to get work experience. Like they've all been lucky to get a job, and do I think any of them would deserve the job? No. Do I think all of them deserve a chance? Yes. I always said give them all 4 transfer windows and see what happens. I think we're on the third. I think Ole's done his 4. Lampard and Arteta are on their third, if I'm right. So I'm giving Arteta to the end of this season. Lampard don't look like he's going to make the end of the season, and Ole looks like he's going to win United the league. So realistically, Ole is the best out of all of them. You man are trolling. Oh, I'm not trolling anyone bits, man. You know I've got love for Maguire, man. Like you see that slide tackle he done in the last game, quality stuff, man. Who would you sign as Arsenal's next key signings? Oh, I'm saying Basuma, man. Like we're not going to get Ndidi. I think that's the biggest signing anyone can get. But I'm saying Basuma. I think Basuma. And I don't know. Danny Ings, Basuma and Danny Ings, that's my two. I wanted Mikel Antonio, but everyone's laughing at me when I'm saying Mikel Antonio. But the guy is just goals. He just gets goals, got bags of running. You don't always need to be world class. You just need to have heart, man. And Antonio shows me that heart week in, week out. So I wouldn't actually mind signing Mikel Antonio. And I've said it hundreds of times. You can scroll through my tweets. I really like Antonio. So if I was going to choose, Aaron's from Norwich for right back. Basuma to play in midfield with Partey. Danny Ings to go up top. And Antonio as a backup. Yes, Prime is in the building. My dog Prime, the man that never sleeps. He recently got out of Twitter jail, so we love a bit of Prime, man. Well done for busting case. United way, condolences to Prime. Like, yeah, Prime, man. I'm upset at the way it's going for Chelsea at the moment. Frank Lampard was probably my favourite midfielder in the Premiership era. So it's sad the way it's all going for him. But if you put yourself in that hot seat, you're gonna have to take the burns when it comes, man. You're gonna have to take the fire. You're on the firing line, and I don't feel like he's taking the blame. Like he's always saying the players didn't perform, the players didn't do this, but you've got to G up your players. You got them when it was last season, and you got them into Champions League. You were happy to take the plaudits, so now they're not performing. You have to take those licks as well. So yeah, I don't really feel sorry for Chelsea as a club. I feel a little bit sorry for Lampard. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to sack the manager and get someone else in who's going to win them the league. And they're just going to do the cycle again. Win the league, have a couple of bad seasons, sack the manager, win the league. And that's just the way Chelsea works. And good on him. If that's your model when it works for you, you can't really disagree with it because it brings trophies. What is a top manager these days, to be fair? Time isn't on your hands and the pressure is on MF. Most seem to talk the talk but can't walk the walk. Yes, it's a tough one. Like, as a manager, do you want a job? I mean, if you're Big Sam and people like that, Glenn Roeder and David Moyes and people like that, you're going to want a job. You're always going to get a job. And that's probably where it's unfair because there's young and up and coming managers that deserve the jobs. But these guys keep getting the jobs because they supposedly keep you in the Premiership. But that's all you get from them. Do they deserve jobs on that basis? No, I don't think they do because they end up getting sacked after they keep them up because they can't really build on that. And yeah, managers don't get any time. Are we going to see another Sir Alex? No, we're never going to see a Sir Alex. Are we going to see another Arsene Wenger in terms of how long he was at a club? We're never going to see that either. So you've got to make an impression in a season. Basically, you got a season and a half before they're looking at sacking you. Would you say Arteta has a philosophy? If so, what is it? That's a tough question. I think he's more working on off the pitch than on the pitch at the moment. Like just trying to get the snakes and the dodgy people out of the club. So on pitch, I don't know. Like, we're starting to see in the last few games the triangles popping off and the old sort of nice football that Arsenal used to play. But I can't see, like, with Klopp, you have that press. I don't know, like, it's hard to see how most teams are playing. I mean, Leicester have the counter attack. Spurs have the part of the bus and then counter attack. There are a couple of clubs at Arsenal and Man United at the moment, Chelsea, sorry, where I don't know what the philosophy is, but sometimes they get results and sometimes they don't. Man United at the top of the league, so there's obviously some sort of game plan there, and it's working. For me, the best team last decade was City 2 years ago that could have won the quadruple because they took every team's best shot. I want a team like that. You're not going to get a team like that, so that's just mad, because unless you've got the skrilla, the dollars, the cash, the pound, the moolah, the whatever you want to call it, I get teams like that, man. That team was crazy, and you get good teams like Liverpool, like very good teams where they could do it for 2 years and then they drop off, like what's happening now, because you can't play football with that sort of intensity without freshening things up. I know they got Jota in this year, but that's all they've really done. That's all they've really done in the last 2 or 3 seasons in terms of bringing in players that can swap it in and out with Mane and Firmino and Salah when they get tired. So these guys are just playing constantly, and they're paying for it now. You can see they just look shot. They look knackered. They look tired. Yes, 3 in midfield. Let's go, Big Gunner. That's my guys. Everybody, please go subscribe to everybody. The United Way, 3 in midfield podcast, Prime, Laurie, Bits and Bobs, everybody that's came in today. Please, everyone. Usman Talks United, Indiana. Please go subscribe to all of my guys. These guys are always supporting me. Always just there when I need to talk about anything to do with football and that. So please just go look out for these guys. Hello, mate. I was waiting for a while. Yes, United. Thank you. Please, everybody, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Chelsea spent loads of money last summer. They are a poor footballing side. Yeah, money doesn't always equate to success. In years gone by, it kind of has, because the money always got the better players. But now we've got proper like scouting networks, and it's not just a manager looking for players, and it's loads of people going out doing their research. Leicester are just finding dime after dime after dime. They sold Chilwell and sold Maguire, their best 2 performers, and they've got in Fofana, they've got in Castagna, they've got in loads of players. And they've just replaced them. So money doesn't always equate to success. Chelsea tried it, Havertz, Werner, but it hasn't quite worked out. It will work out. Those players are going to get better, but this season it just hasn't worked out. Yes, Big Gun. Yes, Benji. So, and why do you think Liverpool's front 3 are misfiring? What's changed from last season? I just think they're tired. And I don't know. People may disagree. Are they genuinely world class? Because that world class comes with that X factor, and I don't think they always have that X factor. I mean, you've got Firmino who scores 10 to 15 goals a season. Is that enough? That's hard. That's hard to tell. If Salah doesn't score, then he doesn't really do much. Mane, you get a bit more if he's not scoring, but I think it also doesn't help that their best 2 midfielders playing centre back now. So where Henderson usually gets his team up the pitch, he can't do that from centre back. Where Fabiano stops the attacks and gets them going, they can't do that anymore. So Liverpool are under pressure a lot more, which means the forward 3 don't see the ball as much as they used to. And I think that's just all that's happening, to be fair. I'm off, bro. God bless them. Thank you, United Way, for showing up. Chelsea bought well in terms of quality, but where they fit wasn't thought about well, and Lampard doesn't know how to fit them in. Yeah, because I've said this loads of times. I think I said this to you before. I don't even think Lampard signed these players, to be honest. There were players that came up and they were free, and they thought, okay, we can get players for the future, but is it what Chelsea needed? I know they signed Silva, but I think the priority should have been getting another player to play with Silva, getting an out and out striker, not Timo, because I don't think he's an out and out striker, not in the Premiership anyway. I don't think he has the pace and the ability, but I don't think he has the skill set in terms of being able to hold up the ball. I don't think he's really a smart thinker. I think you have to build the team and make sure all the variables are right for him to perform. So I think maybe they should have gone for an out and out striker, another centre back, and I don't know, like a number 10, but because I don't think Havertz is actually strictly a number 10. So maybe someone like a Bruno Fernandes that, can get in between the lines and play those through balls to the forward players. Maybe that's what they would have been better going after, to be honest. And a better goalkeeper, because I don't know if that keeper has been an improvement on Kepa. I know Kepa just made loads of big mistakes that lost Chelsea games and lost them points. But is it a massive improvement? I don't know. You would have to tell me. Firmino isn't world class, that's for certain. Jota provided that in a couple of weeks. They didn't miss him. Yeah, that's. I mean, I think they all played, didn't they? When Jota was fit, I'm pretty sure all four played, weren't they? All playing. So it is a bit for Liverpool to say that they missed Jota. For me, is a bit. Oh no, it's a bit scapegoatish because Jota hasn't been there for long anyway. They didn't have him last season or the season before, so counting him as someone that you really miss, I don't know. I feel that's a bit scapegoatish, and yeah, obviously Van Dijk is a massive miss. Gomez seems to be a massive miss. Can you even say they miss Matip? No, because he never plays anyway. Like, I don't think he's played more than 20 games in the season. So can you miss somebody that doesn't play 20 games in the season? Not quite sure. So I think there are quite a bit of excuses coming out from the old Liverpool at the moment. But they knew what they needed to do. They knew that they needed to go get a centre back in, and they haven't. So I think all of that's stemming from them not reinforcing the correct positions, and yeah, they need to reinforce centre back. I think Jota was a great signing because he can play in either of the forward three positions. I think so. Yeah, maybe when he gets back, that's going to give the guys forward a bit of that play at top a bit of a rest, and hopefully, no, not hopefully, because I don't want Liverpool to come back, but maybe that will give them a bit of a better end to the finish than they're currently giving their fans. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day there. People, thank you so much for everyone that's come in and that's left comments and that have liked and subscribed to the channel today. I really, really appreciate it. I just want to just keep doing this sort of thing, just keep on improving, keep getting better on camera, keep bringing you better content. But again, please go onto the page. You can find me on Big Gunner TV on Twitter. I'm the Away Day Show on Instagram and Big Gunner on YouTube. So just find me on all the socials. Please add, subscribe, like, follow. Do what you got to do to help me get better at this. And again, please, everybody go follow my guys, Free in Midfield podcast. Their 150th show the other day was a banger, and they're just always bringing out fire content. So, guys, have a good evening. And let's hope Fulham get a victory today, because